Alright, and we are back with Greydusk Vale, but not quite yet, no. Because there's something else we need to do before we go to Greydusk Vale, which is, we need to go to Skarvik, give him the Earthblade, and something else? Oh, we need to go to Greyfell too. So, that's what we're gonna do before we move on. Now let's go to Windholm. Anyhow, thank you for joining me again on this wondrous Let's Play. It's been great so far. We are getting close to the midway point. I'd say Greydusk Vale is definitely around the midway point for this game, maybe even a bit further, so we are progressing quite nicely, if I may say so myself. As always, before we talk to Skarvik, Discord, if I don't see you there, I'll be angry. I know you've got Discord, it's free. Join us, and yeah, cat lore update. Some people in the comments have rightfully pointed out that I should do some updates regarding my cat. So right now he's on the bed, he's not doing anything, just sleeping, I guess, as best as he can with me recording. But should he move, I will let you know in the duration of this video. But anyhow, let's talk to Skarvik.
Nidhalfs Stärke mit euch, Mensch.
Thank you.
Was sagt ihr zu dieser Klinge?
Nidhalfs Bart, eine Erdenklinge.
Kann man sie verwenden?
Ihr benötigt einen Griff, der sie halten kann. Ich kann euch einen anfertigen, wenn ich das richtige Material bekomme.
Was benötigt ihr?
Rotes Adamantinum ist das einzige Metall, das sich mit dem der Erdenklinge verbinden lässt. Geht zu Meister Urak. Ihr findet ihn bei den Minen. Er wird euch dabei helfen, es herzustellen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Look, at least we don't have to pay for it, right? Some people might force us to pay for things like this. Skarvik, the good old chap, will not. We do have to do a lot of things to get to the point it's actually usable. Okay, so let's go to the mines. The children yearn for the mines. I feel like making Minecraft references. Have you guys seen the Minecraft movie, by the way? It came out. I know I haven't yet. I'd kinda like to. The reason why I haven't yet is that, first, in Japan, the release was a bit after, I think maybe like a month after it was released in Europe and the States. But the second thing is, I'd like to see the movie with someone who I can, like, you know, just mess around with. Not to watch it seriously, it's a kid's movie at the end of the day, but still, could be fun. But okay, anyhow, Uram, what do you have for us?
Glück auf!
Yes.
Ich benötige rotes Adamantinum.
Habt ihr eine Vorstellung, wovon ihr sprecht, Mensch?
Was meint ihr?
Nun, ihr benötigt allein genügend Adamantinum für die Rohmasse. Darüber hinaus braucht ihr einen Stein des ewigen Feuers sowie das Blut eines Dämons für die Farbe. Vollendet ist das Werk aber erst, wenn das glühende Metall in den Tränen eines seelenlosen Wesens gelöscht wurde.
Skarvik erwähnte nicht, dass ein solcher Aufwand nötig ist, um den Griff für ein Schwert zu fertigen.
Ein Schwert?
Eine Erdenklinge, geschmiedet von den Dienern der Tiefe.
Ah, ich verstehe. Ein Vorschlag, Mensch. Ich tausche euch die Klinge gegen ein gleichwertiges Stück aus meiner Sammlung. Ich kann euch aber auch verraten, wo ihr die Zutaten für das rote Adamantinum findet. Die Entscheidung liegt bei euch.
Nah, we'll make it. We'll make it. That would be kind of a cheap way out with this one. So we are going to make it, like Skarvik wants us to.
Sagt mir, wie ich an die Zutaten für das Adamantinum komme.
Adamantinum findet man nur an äußerst seltenen Stellen, dort, wo das Gestein der Erde alt ist. Steine des ewigen Feuers müsst ihr an Orten suchen, an denen das Blut der Erde glutrot und siedend an die Oberfläche tritt und die Luft voller Asche hängt. Das Blut des Dämons muss lebend entnommen werden, um seine Kraft zu erhalten. Fragt mich nicht, wie ihr das vollbringen könnt. Die Tränen eines seelenlosen Wesens sind der schwierigste Teil, da nur wenige Kreaturen ohne Seele je Trauer empfinden.
Yeah, sounds simple enough. We're gonna do that. I mean, we already have something, right? We have the adamantinum shards. Right, so we have that. We have the Stone of the Eternal Fire. Now, the last two things might be a little bit tricky, admittedly, right? But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Luckily, since that's how the game is designed, those two things are along the way. So, before we move on, let's quickly just go to Greyfell. I want to check a merchant here. That's where we're going. And while we're here, let's talk to you. Okay, nothing new. So, the reason why I want to go to Greyfell is, as someone, again, pointed out in the comments, there's a merchant up here, an elf. She sells very good runes. So, if you're ever wondering, like, you know, I wish I had kind of like a better rune right now to support my army a little bit more than the stuff you get in the game, go to this merchant here, Finvi. I'm not sure if she has anything that we can buy and use right now, but, you know, the chance is there. And I'd like to see. Let's see. So right, she's got nothing, but she's got this rune warrior here. And the thing is, he's level 17, so I'm thinking I'll buy him. I'll buy him just for the fact that, you know, when we do reach level 17, we don't need to get back here, so that should be a-okay. But I think with that, we have everything more or less taken care of. Yeah, Shadow World, Soulstones we can't do yet, we've got 2. We've got a lot of mushrooms. Damn, okay. I mean, we could bring all of these mains to Eloni, I believe, but I don't think we're gonna get much, if anything, for them, so yeah, I don't think that's worth. So instead, let's just go to Greydusk Vale, which is gonna be an interesting map, to say the least. Also a very fun one, so let's see. Alright, so here we are. Now, did we put the elves in? Elves level 7 should be fine. I'm more curious about the druid, which is in. Alright. So, druids, a very, very strong unit. Probably, I mean, if you think about it, 100 Lenya, which is not that much for you know, as far as resources go, gives you a unit that is ideal against undead, sorry, and that can also heal. With using aura of healing nonetheless, right? So we have so much Lenya here. If you're wondering what I'm doing before I start the monument, there's just something to loot down here, like a giant's corpse. So I want to get to that, but then we're gonna start it. Interestingly enough, I don't think this map is too difficult. Mainly because it's spread into 2 parts. So you have one part that's before going to here, well, to Urias. Also one of the best characters, by the way. Not debatable. But yeah, before you go to Urias, you have this kind of whole, like, western side of the map. And then, okay, that's a lot of money. And then after coming, you have the eastern side, right? The thing with that is, though, that by the time you open the gates to go east, the map's already kind of, you know, won for the most part, because you're going to have a huge army to support you. This part can be difficult, but something that makes it not so is the fact that you have, well, your enemies, rather, also fight amongst each other. You have trolls and undead on this map. And something I really like is the fact that, you know, undead, enemies of all life, trolls are alive. Well, physically, at least. So, yeah, they will fight against each other. And thin out their numbers. I'm pretty sure the trolls always win, because they're just a lot stronger. But that does make things a little bit easier for us. So we don't have to do anything here. This is all cleared. You know, maybe having a few enemies here would have been not too bad. But then we have some undead up there, so you just start collecting wood. It's gonna be the same old elves. You want to collect wood. That's all there is to it. As much as you can. You need it for units, you need it for buildings, you need it for everything, right? So that should be the #1 priority with them, always. Alright, so we've got... I think I'm gonna make 3 groups to just go on wood. And I'll defend from, say, here. This looks fine. We already have the first visitor. Maybe I should... Yeah, I'll use Aura of Slow Fighting. Make it a bit hard on them. We do have more than double his level, so it's, you know, not too bad, not the end of the world, but yeah. Now, one thing I don't want to happen is for them to run back and inform everyone about this, so... let's see how that goes. Yeah, that was not difficult at all, so good on us that that worked out. Now, wood. It's always been a bit tricky for me to decide where exactly I want them to collect wood. This place here looks like a, you know, nice one to do it, but always kind of a bit more inclined to put it somewhere else. Make it here, maybe make one here. And then another... I don't know, like... Is there a place I can put it in that's not totally garbage? I mean, I'm gonna destroy this building, probably the left one, at some point, so let's do it here for now. As long as brawlers keep coming, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Champions, they might, you know, punch a little bit harder, but that's not an issue for now. You guys can keep collecting. I need a small HQ. Because as soon as I get that, we'll get the sawmill going, and that's that, basically, with all the important buildings for the elves. Can't chuck that in here. Maybe I could down here, but I don't really want to, so... I want to spread out a little bit. As you've noticed, whenever I play, I just kind of try to make it more interesting, like where to place my buildings to make it look more like a city. And because I do that, I usually tend to place the more important buildings closer to the monument. So, something like the large headquarter. Well, that's the only thing, really. Something like the large headquarter just always like in front of it here. I don't know why I do that. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing to do. That's bad. We do have a hero monument here. Might be a bit tricky to go up here with so many trolls, though. Not you, though. You are gonna die. Okay. Anyhow. You guys... sawmill, yes. Ideally, I will be able to place it here. Don't know how likely that's gonna be, because, you know, we are quite restricted in terms of space, but perhaps. Oh, perfect, perfect. You guys place this here, let's go. And then, you know, once they've gotten rid of some of the wood, we are... oh, there we go, undead. Once some of the wood's been taken care of, we are also going to place a forester in this general area here. With that out of the way, though, we can start thinking about army buildings. So, towers I don't need. At least I don't think I need them for now. What I could use is an armory. Just thinking about where to place it. Down here, perhaps? We are doing a lot of running about, you notice, but that's how I like it. Yeah, not here. Definitely not here. But I feel like an armory... I can chuck it here. It's fine. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna attack this guy, because I want to show you guys what happens if these two meet. The troll... is he gonna win? He should win. He should win. But for some reason they like to ignore each other. Okay, so I guess they just gang up on me. Interesting. I'm 100% sure they should be fighting each other. I'm thinking maybe because the troll was in kind of like state of looking if we found the enemy and thinking about, you know, going back to the trolls here to inform them. he didn't attack, but he definitely should have. That was weird. But let's not dwell on it for too long. A forester, I might as well make, right? So, because the earlier you make one, the better it kind of is for you. So we can make that, and we can make a medium headquarter. Medium headquarters. I tend to say medium headquarter instead of medium headquarters. Don't know why, don't ask me. Just kind of, you know, just kind of do it. Might as well make one here. Now, another thing that's going to be a little bit tricky here is food. Not because of animals. Animals are the least of our worries here. But because it's only animals. And what, you know, often happens on maps like these is that your hunters eventually like to venture out and get attacked by, you know, the undead here, the trolls, whatever, because they just like to hunt game over there. So that's something we're gonna have to keep in mind. But okay. Leña, definitely something we should be collecting, but let's finish this first so we can have more workers. I'm thinking about making buildings that don't require... Or leña we have a lot of here. Thinking about making buildings that don't require that many people to... Oh, any people to run them, that is. Okay, maybe here. Yeah, why not? We'll need the space up here for other things, so... For now, this is how we're gonna do it. One thing I always wished would be the case is, if you remember from 2 maps ago, when we were in the Southern Windwall Mountains, the Thane was talking about him and the dwarves planning to help the people in Greydusk Vale, you know, to kind of like break through this side of the map and get to them. I like that idea, I just don't like the fact that it was never really expanded on. You know, would have been nice. Okay, so maybe we can expand on this a little bit more. And on this one. By simply giving you one master woodcutter over here. You guys do that. Everyone else can do their own thing. Leña might also not be a bad idea, so... There we go. The attacks are picking up, but it's gonna be a while until we actually need to worry about any of this, so... You go help them too. We have a good character, thankfully, a strong character in that sense, so we don't have to worry too much about these early attacks. Were you playing with a character that's more of a mage kind of, like, not even an offensive mage, but just a defensive kind of guy, you'd have a little bit, you know, to be concerned about, but with the way things are right now, it's okay. Now, 6 of you I need for 2 things. One is the food store, which we're gonna make here-ish, kinda, like this. And the other thing is gonna be a hunter's guild. Oh, but before you guys start, please make this. Alright, we're doing more than fine. Again, I told you this, we are playing on high difficulty, right? Yeah. See, this map is just, yeah, very easy, I feel like, for the vast majority of it. Like, some parts of it might be tricky, but... yeah, it's an interesting map, don't get me wrong. I like how it's, you know, set up. I like how the whole thing with the fortress in the middle works. It's just not a map that's difficult to get through at the end of the day. Alright, you take your post, and there we go. Hunter's Guild, and you guys might as well start with this. We have so much Lenya. 4,000 there. 1,000 here, 1,500. No, 2,500. We've got like 3k over here. Yeah, I don't think Lenya is going to be any problem on this map. Which is great, because we can make as many druids as we want. We do need a couple of other buildings for that, but in general, it shouldn't be an issue. You know, I'm thinking to make this a little bit more difficult. I'm thinking of letting them go back and inform the main camps. Just so we kind of have more enemies to fight. And this we need to upgrade before we make anything. Well, if nothing else, it's some nice XP. I see that our huntresses are dealing with the same old down here. Getting attacked by random... What do we have here? Bisons, buffaloes. I mean, yeah, I can see how a buffalo could be a danger to an elf, but... with a bow in hand, I don't think it's anything they shouldn't be able to handle. More Lenya, I feel like, but before I... Yeah, let's get more Lenya. Like here. The reason I'm building it here is because I want them to, you know, also be able to walk to these up here. So we have more Lenya. Everything else I think we should put into making a large headquarter. Just to have some more units. And after that, we can make the remaining buildings. And a couple of towers, maybe. Though not necessary, I feel like on this map, it's always nice to have towers. Anything I'm missing? I don't think so. Well, Gathering Hut, Hunting Lodge, we just can't skip that. We don't need it. No, everything else we seem to have, so that's perfect. Let's make the large HQ. Like right over here. Yeah, I'm thinking of letting them go, but then I don't want to. We'll be giving them too much credit. Okay. You know, one thing I never liked about these big buildings, and I mean, that's just a foregone conclusion, I feel like, but obviously big buildings need a lot of time to be built. I don't think that's surprising, necessarily. What I don't like about the fact is that they take a lot of time to be built, so... yeah. If possible... I mean, you can cut it down, there's even cheats you can use. There are cheats you can use to have buildings be built instantly. Like, they'll just hit it once, it'll be like, pop, it's there. Well, I say cheats, it's more like a console command, if anything. But you can use it, that's the point. Obviously not gonna use any for the Let's Play, but if you're playing by yourself, and this was something that was always bothering you, for whatever reason, you can do it. Okay. Now, with those... let's just get more Lenya, honestly. More Lenya. And more workers. 5 of you I'm gonna need to... I need a lot of wood for that. I mean, they are quick with collecting wood, but it just takes a while, right? It does take a while. Oh, we even poisoned that one. Okay. That's a first. Alright, you guys do this. It really is just the wood, isn't it? You know, what I'm thinking of doing, I don't know how good of an idea that is. But what I'm thinking of doing is, you know, once we've taken care of all the buildings we need to take care of building both another woodcutter, but not a master woodcutter, just a regular woodcutter over here. And then maybe another forester over here. I feel like in the long term, like looking ahead, that's going to be the best solution for, well, the amount of wood we're going to need. Some of the buildings are crazy expensive though, so... You can just go here. Okay, all of the ancients we can make. Definitely. Maybe send a few more of you here. Now, Wanderers and Protectors we will be able to make. There's no point in really making them on this map. Because we can use the dwarves, we're gonna get new dwarven units as soon as we liberate this here, so... Why are they not fighting each other? I'm 100% positive they should be. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't think so. Like, let me know in the comments. I'm not tripping, am I? Pretty sure they should be, you know, having some sort of conflict going on there. Because I remember... You know, when I last played this, looking up here and they were like brawling or something, so... I might be misremembering, it's always a possibility, but I don't think I am with this one, if I'm being honest. Alright, that we will use. And now let's do the little idea. Let's put that into action that we had. So, we will make another forester. Might as well do it in the corner here. And then we're gonna make another woodcutter's hut. But a regular one. So these are the pros. You are peasants over here. You don't get a say in anything we do. Alright, let's make a couple of druids, a couple of winter mages. That should be enough to push through the trolls here. We do need to defend though, right? So, yeah, because these won't stop attacking just because we are attacking the trolls. So until we get those, I'm gonna have to leave a few units here. And likely make a tower or two, so... All of you come here. Alright, these people are working, that's great. Also, 2 foresters is gonna go crazy. Because buildings disappear when you leave a map. Trees that have been planted don't. So you could technically just like build many foresters across the entire map and use a kind of speed modifier with the console. Just have the whole map covered in trees, in wood. It's possible. Not sure why you'd ever want to do it, but I mean, if, you want to, you can. But that's just a thing to try out in your free time. Okay. Anything else here? Well, no, just the towers, really, so... 3 of you are gonna make me 1. And 3 of you are gonna make me the other. Might as well actually use those 3 as one binding and those 3 as the second. $400 food. Food collection is kind of slow, but I feel like that's because they have to walk for such a long distance with this. So not ideal. Maybe I could have done my placement a bit better for that one. Probably could have, yeah. Probably could have. Now, as we've seen on the previous map, trolls can be quite dangerous. Very dangerous, in fact. So, what we will have to try and do... well, undead as well, right? And these towers, archer towers, they're not as effective against the undead because of the type of damage they do. So, why are you not building? Well, he's not having a great time. Yeah, I think something might be bugged with the trolls not attacking. Who knows? Anyhow, we need some more units here. And this should be able to hold them for the duration it takes us to destroy the trolls up here. I'm also gonna make a couple more units, you know, just to kind of have them. Why are you running? There we go. Do not run. Since we have so much Lenya, there's no reason not to make druids. Now, someone brought up a good point. I think, was it in the comment? I think it was on Discord, actually. Druids can heal, but they also have another spell they use against the undead. That spell, I think, will take priority over healing, or rather, healing is an aura, that spell needs to be cast. And that spell takes up a lot of mana. So if you only make druids for healing, which they're phenomenal at, like druids, insanely good at it, but what can end up happening is they'll just use all of their mana to, you know, use the hollow spell on the undead, meaning they won't have any mana left to actually heal. So that's something to be a little bit wary of. Which is why I'm making a couple of healers as well. Obviously, these healers, they're not the main focus of our army, right? But it's nice to have the one or the other healer. Oh, this would be such a nice fit in here, if only this bison, buffalo, whatever, was dead. Anyhow, 6 of you, you can wait here. Just do repairs or whatever, I don't care. I do not care. So, I'll make some extra ones that will... Okay, let's do it like this. That'll help defending with the towers while we are pushing out. This amount of troops should be good, though. Why are both of... Oh, because... Ah, I see. Ah, so, okay, so... You see how when I select them, I have 2 healers? The reason for that is, one is upgraded, one is not. So the one with the glowing staff, like, you know, these glowing staffs here too, is the upgraded one. This one's the regular one. That's neat. A way to differentiate between those. I mean, I think every unit with an upgrade has that, so... I might as well make the Titan. At some point, we're gonna need wood, but... Ooh, that's coming in quick. Alright, coming in hard. Let's go. In general, I feel like it's okay getting the upgrade for the elves. With this, you don't have to get it, of course, but, you know, might as well. It's expensive, but on a map like this, because it only costs Lenya at the end of the day, so even if it's a map like this, no reason to not do it. So I will use Berserk over here. Honestly, the biggest issue are the ones throwing it from the back here. So I kind of want to go to those and see that we tend to them relatively quickly. I would rather they focus me, because I have so many healers, than any of my elves. We're getting healed. Oh, Morg. Well, let's kill that guy. He seems like a problem. Luckily, everyone's hitting me, not many of my elves, so... Lucky for that, I guess. But even if they were, I mean, that we've got so much healing going on here that it's... unrealistic for them to take anyone down. You know, the best thing against healing, especially against this aura of healing, is just damage that comes in suddenly, at once. Because if you do that, I mean, how are you gonna heal if you're dead, right? So, gotta think of it like that. But okay, let's get the monument going. And let's get rid of this camp. Yep, it's annoying that they keep respawning. It's gonna be the case until we get rid of the buildings, but... There we go. You do this. You too. Titan we can make, and we're gonna make some more archers. There we go. And we're actually very quick. Like, they are slow. We are super quick with destroying these buildings. Now, we also have the Dwarven monument here. We will use the dwarves on this map, obviously. Can't really do much with them yet, though. So we're only probably gonna, you know, be using or utilizing dwarves after, like, the second part of this map. Because for right now, it's kind of meh, you know, kind of useless. We even have a lot of things like moon silver, which we can't even mine at this point, so... Okay. That's gone. I will activate the monument, though. That's definitely not to our disadvantage over here. And maybe... Is that bison gone? Buffalo. It is, okay. What I could do is... Because I've got some elves, kind of like, you know, left over, with nothing to do. Maybe I could... Maybe I could make another hunting thingy over here. There's not black bears, they just spawned here. Funnily enough. But maybe I could do that, yeah. I think that might be actually the thing to go with. I mean, you guys are just gonna collect me some stone. So that's all good. This is something I hate, though. The only stone deposit is way up here. For God knows what reason. They could have, you know, they could have made it here. They could have put it here. Definitely could have. Decided not to. So, yeah. Thank you, game, I guess. As you see with the druids, these will hardly be a problem. I guess, now that I think about it, so the way the second part of this map works, I don't want to spoil too much. Perhaps someone, you know, watching this hasn't played it, but the way the second part works is there's a gimmick on it. The gimmick being, there's a system the undead use to kind of, I guess, support their defenses, if you could call it that way. And you need to kind of put a stop to the way they do that. Otherwise, that's a lot of people. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to do it. It's not impossible, it's just difficult. So, don't die, please. Don't die, please. Now, but for some reason, why are you even here? Like, bro. Ah, whatever, just die then. Yeah, so it's difficult, not impossible though, to do it. If you block it off, it becomes ridiculously easy. Most people use towers for it. You don't need towers. No, I usually do it without towers, because I just think it's quicker. So you'll see once we get to it, but it's an interesting gimmick that this map has. Not the healer first, please, not the healer. God, that's gotta suck having to carry it so far. But hey, they are dwarves, they are strong. I believe in them. Alright. We broke through. There's gonna be another monument here. Actually, both monuments are gonna be here, up and down. Which is gonna make recruiting units a lot easier for us. Please kill these, come on. You know, sometimes when you give the command attack move unit, which is you know, holding control and
Seht!
right-clicking.
Ein Mensch naht von Westen her. Öffnet das Tor.
I am touched by the fact that you care about me so much to open the gate for me. However, before we do that, I do want to clear this side of the map, so if you'll excuse me, we are going up. Like, yeah, it might be nice to go in and talk to them, but why? Why would we? Some more stone here. Alright, you guys have tried really hard. Give me a quarry here. Quarry. 3 of you as well. Because there is a little bit to clear in this side, isn't there? Also, this here. So, do you guys remember when we played the Northern Windwall Mountains and we were told to not go through the portal because, you know, the enemies on the other side would just kind of kill us if we did that? These are the enemies on the other side. That's the portal, Northern Windwalls. So they don't instantly aggro to you, but if you go here and you like walk down here, they will just kind of kill you. Especially because they have many sorcerers, which will just one-shot you at that point, so... yeah, not a good idea to go through it, but yeah, that's the reason. We will clear it, though. I do like clearing it, and I wish, for some reason, right? I don't know if that's implementable in this game, but if for some reason it is, when you clear that, to have some Hallet people come out and just maybe like form a defense line or do anything. Maybe even support you, like some of them come through and help you with whatever it is you're doing, you know? I feel like that would have been nice. Alas, it is not like that. Alright, mine we also have. Mine's a bit easier. I feel like there's a... yeah, there's a deposit up here. I don't think... maybe only 4 of you. There we go. From the frying pan into the fire, my guy. That was a bad place to spawn. You 3 can maybe make me a forge, like this here. Even had a little fire here. The trolls used. Okay, no one's... there's one camp below as well. No one's attacking from there. Interestingly enough, but there is one, so we have to clear it. We have to. And then we can go into the city. There's quite a few people to talk to in here. There's also quite a few things to do in general. And the side quest that is not missable, but you can fail it, kind of. So we have to be careful. I'll explain which one it is once we get to it. It's got to do with this guy here, Turgon. He will... well, he's going to have a letter for us. He wants us to bring to Tanara in Greyfell. That letter can also be used for something else. Now, depending on the order in which you use it in, the letter can be... talk to Urias. No, not yet. Depending on the order you use it in, the letter can, you know, be used for both or only for one. And we kind of want to use it for both, you know, because otherwise we fail a quest and that just doesn't feel nice, so... that just does not feel nice. 3, perhaps I can make a mine here too. It's not much, but it's honest work. There is stone here. Oh, and there's a mine here. Okay, let's go. Let's go. 4 of you do this here. You know, I feel like this was the case with me. When I was younger and playing this game, I felt scared sometimes to venture too far out of the bounds of my own... venture too far out of the bounds of my camp that I had in this game. Which made me just not collect many of the resources I usually could have. Like this here, right? The iron here, the iron up here. Nowadays, I've completely flipped the switch on that because... you know, some of the resources, I mean, they're placed this way because the game wants you to be able to collect them once you get to these, like, more advanced stages of a map. I just ended up not doing it. And then some maps were really difficult because of it. Because you can't do it, you just kind of end up in a situation where it's like, well, now I don't have any resources here anymore. And it's taking me too long to break through to get any, substantial upgrades or anything for that, so... Yeah, that was a mistake. So if you're playing this game, look, you are, and I feel like that's one of the more charming things about SpellForce 1 and 2, you are not restricted in where you can build buildings. If your workers can get to the place, and if you can place the building there, you can build it. So there's no reason to really restrict yourself and be like, I only need to build within the confines of my own, of my own base here, because that's not the case. You can just do it wherever the hell you want. And it's easy. It makes it really easy to gather resources from all around the map. What the hell is attacking you? Okay. Gather resources from all around the map, so no reason not to do it, if you ask me. And we also have these now, with some iron. Don't really need them, though. I do want to make dwarves, but that's a different story. So, let's see. One thing I wanted to do is use the 6 of you to make me... How do we do this? To make me another food store. So down here, perhaps? And then to make another hunting thingy here, because there's so many animals, we can't just let them roam free. If Peter heard this, that'd probably be a little bit angry at us, but hey, it's food, we're playing this, we're fighting for our lives here, basically, so no point in not doing it. Alright, there's a couple of people to talk to, which I will do before talking to Urias, including this guy, one of the best characters in the entire series, Flink McWinter. What's he got to do? I'm pretty sure that's the most upstanding citizen in this beautiful establishment we can call a fortress, but we'll see. Can I talk to you first? Just sell all of these things that I don't need. Sell these two, honestly. And sell all the new gems I got. Topaz, Malahite, I'm not gonna need any of them. Red Jewel, Lapis Lazuli, there we go. Okay, what about you two?
Ah, noch ein Krieger, der unser Schicksal teilen will. Willkommen in der Feste der Verdammten. Verzeiht meine giftige Zunge. Diese Burg ist ein Grab und wir sind darin gefangen. Ich bin John. Sie nennen mich einen Fährtensucher.
Pathfinder in these lands. Curious.
Was hat euch hierher verschlagen?
Tana und ich waren in eigener Sache auf dem Weg in die Düsterlande. Wir hatten gerade unsere Vorräte aufgefüllt, als der Angriff erfolgte.
Was genau ist geschehen?
Es war ein gigantischer Schlag. Wie eine graue Welle strömten sie vom Osten her über das Land und brandeten gegen die Mauern. Der äußere Ring und die Nordfeste wurden beim ersten Angriff zerstört. Seitdem halten wir hier aus.
Warum hat niemand versucht, nach Osten durchzudringen?
Wir wissen nur, dass der Weg durch den Schlangenpass eine Todesfalle ist. Urias sprach immer wieder von einer Verstärkung des Ordens, aber niemand kam.
Well, we are here right now, so, he wasn't entirely wrong, even though it was probably not something he knew or was even expecting, but hey.
Kennt ihr euch in diesen Landen aus?
Ein wenig. An diese Gebiete grenzen die nördlichen und südlichen Windwallberge und die klagenden Steine. Über welches Land soll ich euch berichten?
All of them.
Die nördlichen Windwallberge.
Das Haus Halit hat dort seinen Sitz, in der Burg Brunnenfels. Sie sind mit den Zwergen aus Windholme in den südlichen Windwallbergen verbündet. Die ältesten Söhne der Herrscher erneuern diesen Schwur jede Generation. Seit jeher kämpfen sie Seite an Seite. Die Haliten sind ein einfaches Volk und gerade heraus. Nicht so verbissen wie die Utraner oder so düster wie die Grauen von Wulfgar.
Interesting thing about the Halit, Windholm kind of brothership thingy. Dwarves live a lot longer than humans do. So it stands to reason that one dwarf can probably do it with multiple humans, because, just comparing lifespans. And we know that dwarves live a lot longer, so, yeah, take Skarvik. Skarvik appears in a short story long before the events of the game, right? So we know he's got to be at least a couple of 100 years old. So yeah, the Halit dwarf, like Windhold dwarf thing, probably does mean every generation, like they put it, but every human generation would make more sense because the dwarves just outlive them unless they die like Hagar did with, you know, the whole thing.
Kennt ihr euch in diesen Landen?
Alright, let's do the southern two.
Die südlichen Windwallberge.
Dort liegt die Heimat der halitischen Zwerge, Windholme. Die Wiege der Freundschaft zwischen Menschen und Zwergen. Das Land dort ist rau und seine Einwohner nicht minder. Aber wer sich einmal den Respekt der Zwerge verdient hat, wird in ihnen die ehrlichsten und treuesten Freunde finden. Die Minen bringen Metalle wie Iridian und Mondsilber an die Oberfläche. Die Zwerge verteidigen sie allzeit gegen die Urwesen, die immer wieder aus den Bergen herabsteigen.
Alright, and I'll just skip that because it's always the same thing.
Die klagenden Steine.
Einst stand dort eine mächtige Feste der ehernen Falken. Sie wachten über den Schlaf der Fialdark, die tief unter diesem Lande unter dem Bann der Götter schlafen. Zumindest taten sie dies bis zur Konvokation. Wer weiß, was aus ihnen geworden ist. Die Feste wurde im Konvokationskrieg zerstört und ist nun ein schauriger Ort. Von hier aus strömen die Horden der Untoten ins Land. Denn dort befindet sich das einzige Portal nach Wisper, der Stadt des Todes.
Oh, right. So yeah, the Fieldark. For those of you unaware of the story, way back, we're talking about 600 years before the convocation. 750 is where the War of the Six Races started. Around 600 is where it ended. And when it ended, because the light races, they technically won, though they were only able to win through the intervention of the Guardians. Had the Guardians not done that, which, you know, they weren't supposed to, but had they not done it, the light races, so humans, elves, and dwarves, would have been snuffed out. They would just not exist anymore. So, yeah, they helped them win. Now, the problem with that was that even though the light races won, the Fieldark were just simply unkillable. They were made by Zarach, and as Zarach used to be a guardian himself, now a renegade, he made them in such a way that nothing, either from this world or from his brethren guardians, could kill him. So what they were forced to do is to imprison them, which they did around this, like, Darklands area, I mean the Howling Mounts, and even Aeonia's Blade, sort of like locked them beneath the caverns over there to kind of just, you know, sleep forever, never to see the light of day again. As you know, if you've played the other games, that's not entirely what ended up happening, but we'll get to that. That's a long way off.
Was habt ihr da in der Hand?
Dieses seltsame Bruchstück hier? Fragt nicht. Ein Sterbender, dem ich helfen wollte, drückte es mir in die Hand. Er kam aus Wisper, wo die Verdammten herrschen. Er flüsterte noch, das Bruchstück gehöre zu einem großen Steinbild, dem Mosaik des Todes. Solange das Bild zerbrochen ist, besteht keine Gefahr. Doch wird das Mosaik wieder zusammengesetzt, dann öffnet sich ein Tor ins Reich der Untoten. Mehr kann ich euch auch nicht sagen. Aber wenn es euch so interessiert, bitte, nehmt das Stück nur an euch. Ich will es gar nicht haben. Und denkt an meine Warnung. Sollten die Bruchstücke wieder vereint werden, droht große Gefahr.
When I was a kid and he told me that, I thought that he would mean, like, what I thought would happen is literally the whole world would go under. Just the doors to the underworld would open and it's just like, everything's gone. So, yeah, luckily that's not the case, but it's kind of the image I had in my head back when I first played this. Okay, we're gonna make some more people here and talk to you.
Ein Runenkrieger? Da soll mich doch Zarach persönlich holen. Gesellt euch zu mir, berichtet. Ich bin mir sicher, ihr habt eine spannende Geschichte zu erzählen.
Noch ist nicht die Zeit für Geschichten.
Schade. Ich bin Tana, Badin aus der Hohenmark.
Erzählt mir von der Hohenmark.
Gern, die Hohenmark ist ein reiches und fruchtbares Land. Ihr werdet Nordtanda in 2 Atemzügen vergessen haben, wenn ihr einmal dort gewesen seid.
Das dürfte zurzeit schwerfallen.
Ja, die Grenzen sind geschlossen. Fragt mich nicht, warum. Ich weiß nur, dass es etwas mit dem Konflikt im Osten zu tun hat. Doch es gibt wohl auch Streitereien innerhalb der Häuser. Man hat uns gesagt, dass die Grenze so schnell wohl nicht wieder geöffnet wird. Wahrscheinlich nicht mehr in diesem Jahr.
Well, that's too bad. We will go to the Highmark, though. not this year, but in the future with SpellForce 2. Okay, we've a few more people to talk to before we actually go to Urias. So let's get to that. These talking segments, I mean, they do take a little bit of time, but I like them. A lot of lore, a lot of background info, so as much as possible on that end, please. Well, at least for me, I'm kind of like the lore guy, so.
Welcher verschlungene Pfad führt euch hierher? Seid ihr gekommen, um mit uns zu sterben?
Nein, ich bin hier, um mit euch zu kämpfen, Freund. Und zu siegen.
Dann seid ihr törichter, als ihr aussieht. Schlagt die untote Horde in einer Schlacht und sie kehren 100-fach stärker zurück. Sie bringen den Tod und der Tod nährt sie. Der Tag wird kommen, an dem sie alles Leben vertilgt haben.
Hoffnung gibt es immer. Wer seid ihr, Ritter?
Ich bin Turgon, Schmied und Waffenmeister dieser Feste.
Warum seid ihr so mutlos, Turgon?
Weil wir hier wie die Lämmer auf den Schlachter warten. Schaut euch all diese guten Kerle hier an. Noch vor dem nächsten Mond sind sie alle tot. Oder Schlimmeres. Ich habe genug von diesem sinnlosen Spiel. Doch Urias hält uns hier wie Gefangene. Dieser Narr. Ich werde nicht mit den anderen im Staub enden. Nein! Ihr dagegen seht aus wie jemand, der es kaum erwarten kann, sein Blut zu vergießen. Benötigt ihr ein paar Ratschläge, wie ihr euer Leben am teuersten verkaufen könnt?
Lasst eure Ratschläge hören, Freund.
Wenn ihr gegen sie kämpft, dann sucht ihre Meister. Findet diejenigen, die sie anführen. Jede Gruppe, jedes Heer hat einen Captain. Solange dieser kämpft, nimmt es kein Ende. Immer neue Kreaturen schließen sich dann dem Heer an. Sie sind unerbittlich. Vernichtet ihr aber die Anführer, so brecht ihr ihre Stärke. Dies ist der einzige Weg. Ihr scheint nicht dumm zu sein. Vielleicht überlebt ihr dieses Gemetzel hier ja wirklich. Nun, solltet ihr jemals nach Graufurt zurückkehren, dann bitte ich euch, dort etwas für mich zu erledigen. Bringt diesen Brief zu Tanara, der Weberin. Aber öffnet ihn nicht. Er ist nicht für eure Augen bestimmt.
Gut, ich werde daran denken. Es mag aber eine Weile dauern.
Es eilt nicht. Es ist nur... Geht jetzt. Ihr habt sicher noch viel zu tun.
I wish we did have a way of opening it. I would definitely peek in it. But yeah, that's the letter I meant with, that we can use for something else. So we have to be a little bit careful on that end. Bjarni... Oh, okay, Bjarni, you've got something for us. You have got something for us. Chain Greaves. Now, the Chain Greaves I don't think are good. They're not better than the magic pants. The armor, though, we are buying. Hell yeah, give it to me. Ah, just the food. The food acting up again. Anyhow, this one we wanna take, yes. Also, we look a lot cooler, don't we? We actually don't look like a peasant anymore. This is still a very good armor, though, for you, in this case. So you take this, and no one else can take anything. Okay, whatever. You can take these pants, they're a lot better, so... Yeah, that should be okay. Charisma. Yeah, we'll roll with that. Anyhow, we look cooler, that's all that matters. Now let's talk to Flink.
Holla, ein neues Gesicht. Hoffe mal, ihr seid etwas umgänglicher als diese ganzen größenwahnsinnigen Möchtegernhelden, die sich hier sonst herumtreiben.
Diese Leute schützen euer Leben mit dem ihren.
Na wunderbar. Genau das, was wir gebraucht haben. Noch ein größenwahnsinniger Held. Gestatten? Flink McWinter, ein Reisender. Zumindest hoffe ich, das bald wieder zu sein.
A very nice first impression the guy makes, no?
Was macht ein Kerl wie ihr in einer Festung wie dieser?
Warum wusste ich nur, dass ihr diese Frage stellen würdet? Wahrscheinlich, weil ich ein Menschenkenner bin, im Gegensatz zu euch.
Auch ich kenne die Menschen. Zumindest den ein oder anderen Weg, sie für immer zum Schweigen zu bringen, wenn ihr versteht, was ich meine.
Reizend. Sowas in der Art hatte ich befürchtet. Nun, um eure Frage zu beantworten, ich war auf der Suche nach jemandem. Ich kam nur gerade zufällig hier vorbei, als der erste Angriff erfolgte.
Wen genau sucht ihr?
Einen alten Geschäftsfreund von mir, Cassius Demer. Falls ihr ihn oder was auch immer von ihm übrig ist, irgendwo antreffen solltet, lasst es mich bitte wissen.
Yeah, we'll get around to that. We'll get around to that. Very nice guy. Hard to hate him. I mean, Flink's just a character, you know? And I don't mean that as like a game character, he's just a character of a person. And I like him. Very much so. So, let's actually get some proper Dwarven buildings in. So, let's see. Moon Silver Hall, we have you two. Pig Farm. Everything else needs a small HQ. Alright, Food Store, Moon Silver Hall, Moon Silver Mine. We can maybe flip these. Great Armory and Medium HQ. Okay. Okay, then let's build these. Because we're gonna need them. Well, not really need them, but it's nice to have. So, small HQ, go here. Everything else is looking a-okay. Especially wood. Let's, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's looking great.
Ich grüße euch im Namen des Ordens. Ich hoffe, ihr seid gekommen, um uns zu helfen.
Welche Hilfe benötigt ihr?
Die Untoten belagern uns schon lange. Solange sie außerhalb der Mauern bleiben, können wir durchhalten. Doch vor einigen Tagen gelangten sie durch einen der Geheimgänge in die Festung. Es war grauenhaft.
Wie konnten die Untoten ins Innere der Festung gelangen?
Die Geheimgänge sind damals von den Zwergen als Fluchttunnel gegraben worden. Nur wenigen ist ihre Existenz überhaupt bekannt.
Haben die Untoten sie durch Zufall entdeckt?
Unmöglich bei zwergischer Arbeit. Jemand aus der Feste muss uns verraten haben. Wir haben den Gang verschüttet und Wachen davor postiert. Aber solange noch ein Verräter unter uns weilt, können wir keine Ruhe finden.
Habt ihr einen Verdacht?
Nein, es muss einer der Zauberer oder der Kommandanten sein.
Wenn ich auf Hinweise stoße, lasse ich es euch wissen.
Alright, I think this is here, by the way. Would make sense, no? Yeah, over here. I think that would make the most sense. Because why would these two be standing here otherwise? So nice little detail they put into the game. Anyway, maybe here too? Nah, probably here. The color's different too, and it looks kind of like, you know, something that would have a secret passage beneath it. But okay, Urias, the man of the hour, let's see.
Wie bei allen Schlünden des Bargagoa kommt ihr hierher?
Magic.
Ich bin durch den Westen vorgedrungen. Der Orden schickt mich.
Die Rune zieht für den Orden? Nun denn, seid willkommen. Ich bin Urias, Kommandant dieser Feste.
Ich fürchte, eure Feste kann sich nicht mehr lange halten, Kommandant.
Ich weiß, ihr Strom will nicht abreißen. Für jeden, den wir erschlagen, erscheinen 3 neue. Es ist wie ein endloser grauer Ozean, der gegen unsere Mauern wogt. Die Männer sind schwach. Es ist nur noch eine Frage der Zeit. Doch ich bitte euch, erzählt meinen Leuten nichts von der Ausweglosigkeit unserer Lage.
Ich suche Håkan Aschir.
Die Flammen des Bargagoa mögen ihn rösten. Es sind seine Horden, die uns überrennen.
Aber Marcia sagte, er sei tot.
Ei, das ist er. Sein eigener Zauber hat ihn erledigt. Aber der mächtigste Nekromant dieses Zeitalters stirbt nicht einfach so. Sein Geist weilt noch immer unter uns. Selbst von jenseits des Todes befehligt er seine Kreaturen. Er sucht etwas. Etwas, das aus seinem Palast gestohlen wurde und das für ihn von unermesslichem Wert ist. Die Maske des Belial. Sie ist Schlüssel zu seiner Macht und sein Schutz vor der Rache der von ihm gepeinigten Seelen. Um diesen Gegenstand zu finden, hat er Korsha, den Knochenmalmer, ausgesandt, einen seiner mächtigsten Diener. Er befehligt die Heerscharen jenseits dieser Mauern.
Deshalb greifen die Untoten an? Sie suchen die Maske?
Ja, die Maske ist der Grund für dieses Gemetzel.
Well, it's an important mask, to be fair. Very powerful mask.
Ich werde mit Håkan
We'll learn about it a bit more later.
Seid ihr von Sinnen?
Håkan ist der Einzige, der uns helfen kann. Eine andere, größere Bedrohung zieht am Horizont herauf, Urias. Ich muss mit Håkan sprechen.
Nun, dazu müsst ihr weiter nach Osten vorstoßen, nach Whisper, in die Stadt der Untoten. Aber selbst wenn euch das gelingt, Hokan wird niemals mit euch verhandeln. Er war ein Zirkelmagier. Alles, was ihr ernten werdet, ist Spott und einen grausamen Tod. Es sei denn...
Es sei denn, was?
Es sei denn, ihr bringt ihm die Maske des Belial. Für sie würde er euch jedes Geheimnis verraten.
We're gonna say something here? No? Okay. Anyhow, yes, we can bring in the Mask of Belial. The mask itself is... can we call it an artifact? Not really. It's the mask of a demigod named Belial. He is not a guardian. He is... Well, it's actually not entirely clear what he is in terms of a creature. He was a servant of Zarach. Back when, you know, Zarach was making the Dark Races. And Belial is the... I guess, inventor of necromancy. So, a very powerful being, not someone you really want to, you know, play with. And this is his mask, the one he had way back in the day. So, yeah, Hokan, back when he was a young Zerbite, which is a whole nother thing. That's an order of mages from Xu, one of the continents of Io, who were exploring the Black Jungle. Anyhow, Hokan was part of it. He took part in an expedition, found the mask there. The rest of the story we will eventually get to explore as we play. The result of that, however, was that he became very evil and very corrupted. And, you know, eventually he was taken into the Circle, though unlike every other Circle mage. You know, because most of them were selected by the people, they were very powerful, and the people wanted them to represent their best interest. Hokan was different. Hokan was the only Circle mage who, as Rowan tells us in one of the SpellForce 2 texts, he was taken into the Circle because he was very dangerous, and the Circle wanted to keep an eye on him, because even before joining the Circle, he kind of, you know, did some dubious things. So, not a nice guy all around, and, yeah. I guess the decision to... Wait, that's wrong. The decision to take him into the Circle was a suboptimal one, let's call it. Because of, you know, we know how things ended. It's not Hokan's fault, mind you, that the Circle became what it became and, you know, things ended up suboptimally. But Hokan was definitely not you know, an ambassador of goodwill while he was part of the Circle, so, yeah. There's definitely some blood on his hand, too. Okay, let's see, Urias.
Grüße, Freund.
Wie gelange ich nach Whisper?
Die Stadt liegt weit im Osten, jenseits der klagenden Steine. Und dazwischen liegt Korschars Armee. Ein Heer von Untoten. So viele haben selbst die Götter noch nicht gesehen.
I'm pretty sure they have, but, you know.
Euch erwartet ein Blutbad, das kann ich euch versprechen. Alleine für den Ausbruch aus dieser Festung benötigt ihr eine schlagkräftige Streitmacht. Und um die Armee der Untoten zu besiegen, müsst ihr Ziha, ihren Anführer, hier im Grauschattental schlagen. Die Untoten benutzen das alte Höhlensystem unterhalb des Schlangenpasses, dem einzigen Weg nach Osten. Wenn ihr also durchbrechen wollt, dann müsst ihr zuerst die 4 Eingänge zum Höhlensystem sichern und halten. Andernfalls werdet ihr auf eurem Weg so viele Untote antreffen, dass selbst alle Armeen der Reiche zusammen sie nicht besiegen könnten. Besetzt die Höhleneingänge. Das ist der Schlüssel zum Sieg. Und versucht nicht, ihre Lager zu zerstören. Das wäre sinnlos. Die Magie dieser alten Ruinen ist so stark, dass sie immer neue Untote hervorbringt. Erst wenn ihr Feldherr Ziha bezwungen ist, wird der Spuk vorbei sein.
It's kind of funny how they walk.
Wenn ihr bereit für einen solchen Feldzug seid, dann gebt mir Bescheid. Ich werde die Tore für euch öffnen lassen.
Yeah, honestly, we are kind of ready. There's not too much reason to delay. I would like to make some more buildings, though, for the dwarves. Great armory, mainly. But then once that's done, I mean, we're kind of good to go. We've got a lot of iron. Some moon silver, though not too much. We're gonna have to go get more moon silver. There's some in the south, but that we don't really have to wait for. The army we have right now is substantial. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I thought I had a lot more than I do. Shit. Okay. Let's make them then. Let's make them. Like with most maps, you don't necessarily need a 60-man army. It's a nice to have, definitely, but, you know, rather unnecessary in most situations here. Alright, we can actually do warriors now. But you might as well open it for us, you know? Oh, wait, no.
Wie komme ich an die Maske des Belial?
Ist das euer Ernst? Selbst Hokans untote Heerscharen sind bislang an dieser Aufgabe gescheitert. Wie wollt ihr das vollbringen?
Mit Verstand, Geschick und eurer Hilfe, Urias.
Ihr gefällt mir, Krieger. Also gut, hört zu. Als die Maske aus Hokans Grab entwendet wurde, zerbrach sie in 2 Teile. Die Untoten vermuten eine der beiden Hälften in unserer Festung. Sie suchen einen Nekromant namens Malikor.
Und wo finde ich diesen Malikor?
Irgendwo in den Düsterlanden. Er verließ die Feste, bevor die Angriffe begannen, und ist nie zurückgekehrt. Keiner weiß, wo genau er steckt. Aber selbst wenn ihr Malikors Hälfte finden solltet, so bleibt euch immer noch Korschar selbst. Er hat die zweite Hälfte. Sie befindet sich bereits in seinem Besitz.
Lasst das Tor öffnen, Urias. Ich werde nach Osten ziehen.
Ich hoffe, ihr habt euch das gut überlegt. Diese Armee dort draußen dient nur einem Zweck: die Welt der Lebenden zu zerstören. Wollt ihr wirklich dort hinaus?
Ja, öffnet das Tor.
Wohlan denn! Männer, lasst diesen Runenkrieger passieren! Der Weg ist frei. Das Tor wird sich für euch öffnen. Viel Glück!
Thank you very much. Alright. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys and girls. We'll definitely need more people, more units to help us here, but not yet. So far, we're doing just fine. So, what we do need is some dwarves, but we also need moon silver, right? So, moon silver, I believe, was in the south, if I'm not mistaken, like all the way here. Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3. Should be fine for this. So you guys go here. Those guys are done as well. Might be a bit tricky. We don't have the largest amount of resources available here, but should be okay. Should be okay. Now the undead will periodically attack here. Nothing they can really do though, but you know, they'll try to, at least. Okay. Oh, Nightblade. Okay, no, kill this guy. This guy's important. Now, yeah, that's the gimmick I was talking about earlier. So they have this cave system. And we are to block the cave system, lest we want to, you know, kind of deal with a lot of undead, which we don't really want to do. So what we'll do, before we block the cave system, is we'll go to... We shall go to the south and north and clear out some camps. Now, Urias did say to not bother destroying the camps because the undead will keep spawning. That's true, but that's not all of them. Right, so the ones that actually go into the cave system, those will keep spawning until Zihar, the commander at the end of this whole passage, is killed. That we just kind of, you know, have to push through. But there are other ones, there's stuff to loot here, so... And it also makes it a lot easier to secure these caves, which, speaking of, are... Where are they? One should be down here, no? Like, here? Am I... Okay, maybe I'm blind. We have to find them anyway, so... Should be fine. Now, like I said earlier, many people, when they do this, they like to kind of, you know, seal these caves off with towers. Which you can do, but I don't think we will. I think I want to try my luck just doing it the old-fashioned way. This I will not upgrade. Might seem a little bit silly, but I don't think we have to. I'll make some of these. And post you up here. There we go. Wait, no, that's wrong, From here. From here, please. I can see the undead will keep attacking here. The Dawn Knights should be able to take care of them, though. Yep, okay, should be fine. I'm curious if they can be overrun. I don't think they can, but, you know, that'd be funny, kind of. With the dwarves, we also have a way of making food. Unlimitedly, I guess, you could say, but that would be a lot of stone and a lot of time to invest, which I just kind of don't want to do right now, so we're gonna do it. Without... Okay, so... Ah, yeah, there we go. These will go to the caves. The caves being... Why am I not seeing the caves? Oh, there we go. There's one cave. There's 4 caves in total, I think. 2 are down here, 2 are up in the upper section of this map. Please, all of you, come here. The Envoys of Death, they can do a lot of damage. Oh, there we go. There's a second cave. I do like that the caves are not marked on your map by anything, so you just kind of have to find them. I feel like that makes it a bit more interesting. You could technically also go to all the ruins and try to kind of just like seal off the ruins to prevent these undead from, like, as soon as they spawn, they'll just get killed. You know, it's an option, but one that's a little bit too tedious, because there's only 4 cave entrances. There's a lot more ruins than 4 in this case. It's like this one, so you would have to protect a lot more than you would otherwise. There's an undead here we want to kill, though, Dark Claw, so that's why we're pushing out here. Okay. All right. I kind of feel sad that there's not, you know, something else here, apart from this guy. Or not even that. Let me show you something. So, once you kill him, you have this path that kind of goes up here. I don't think there's anything here. It looks like the perfect place to have a portal, though, no? He doesn't even give me anything. Okay, whatever. But yeah, looks like the perfect place to have a portal, no? Like, even if you just walk up like this. Just, you know, something. But no. They decided to make this a little bit of a bland endeavor up there. So, let's just ignore that guy. He's gonna die anyway and go back here. Ignore that guy. Let's make some more units. Why do I keep doing it here? No, do it from here, it's quicker. You know, the thing is, the dwarves, they're fine to use on this map, right? You can use them. I think the elves overall are better just because you have way stronger units. But the dwarves definitely have their place. I mean, especially when it comes to tanking. So that's always something to keep in mind if you actually want to use them. I like using them because I like the fact that you can combine your armies and kind of have a little bit of both. It's not necessary by any means, but it's nice. Not necessary, but nice. Like many things in life. Okay. Why am I getting philosophical out here? We need to go north. And while we are north, we're also going to clear the barrier that's over there. 7 of you. Honestly, just druids. We have so much Lenya that making anything but druids just doesn't seem worth it, honestly. At least not Elven units. Alright, let's wait here. You guys join us, please. The other ones we'll get eventually, but should be fine. Mind you, I don't think there's any benefit to blocking off the passages right now. I mean, you could, right? But I don't think their number here increases by that much. And maybe I'm wrong, I could be. But how I believe this works is they have like a total number of skeletons that are gonna be here, and everything that's like extra maybe turns into attackers, though they do have a little camp at the end here, which spawns many of them, so I don't know. If anyone does know that, please let me know. It would be interesting to know if, or how exactly it works, because I always just looked at it as, you know, if they... Are you gonna die if I leave you here? If I just don't do anything, at some point, I mean, they have to cap out, right? I'm pretty sure there's a function behind this in the game itself, but I just don't know what it is. Help him, please. There we go. Kind of dumb of him that, you know, he's standing out here, so, yeah. Okay. Is this better than Tworsnick's shield? Let me see. Because it would be kind of funny, you know, to go through all that trouble to get Tworsnick's shield. Stamina, wisdom... No, it's not. Okay. I'd still reckon Tworsnick's shield is better. Also due to the fact that it's just easier to use, like the requirements are lower, so... Definitely gonna keep with his shield over there. Alright, let's push through. I just don't know why this healer... I mean, okay, it's obviously, you know, it's game-related, the AI, quote-unquote, or the intelligence... Well, can we call this intelligence? The, something behind him decided it'd be a good idea to stand outside. I disagree wholeheartedly, but, you know, I'm hardly in a position to tell him what to do, so... If he's fine with throwing his life away like that, well, he might as well do it. Alright, you guys go here. One of you will go here. Ah, dwarves level 8. Well, that would be useful to have right now, but I don't think it's a good idea to exchange them at this point, so... It's gonna be for next map. Oh, actually no, there's a chest here. Ring of the Acolytes. We're getting some nice loot. I think one of the big issues before starting the Undead maps is that many of the loot, or much of the loot you get, is rather poor. Oh my god, okay. She just got destroyed. See, that's a good counter to white magic. You just one-shot them, I guess. Yeah. Oh my lord, okay, that's a lot of them. But yeah, the loot was kind of poor. Here we're actually starting to get loot that's appropriate for our level. And I think from this point onward, it does get a little bit better. There might be another cut-off point, where the loot's kind of, you know, it gets to a point where it's not so nice, and then it becomes really nice suddenly again. However... So far, we're doing just fine. We're also getting the pieces together for a set of the Order of Dawn, one that we will probably not be using, because it's, you know, more for heavy combat arts than for anything. We can use it with light combat arts too, so... Oh, okay, no, the helmet we cannot, okay. So I guess we will not be using it then. But I don't think that's too much of a loss anyway. I feel like the Dawn set is kind of more geared into this, like, knight / paladin sort of aesthetic, so... That's not what we're going for, so it's not too much of an issue. Well, you guys are doing fine here. Anything to loot? Don't think so. Just very, very old ruins from God knows when. Most likely the Convocation Wars, but it could be even older. Could be Shaper ruins. Shaper ruins actually... They're spread across all of EO. If you think about it, the Shapers, they were in most places, well, everywhere pretty much, right? They had their reach went through, like, to every single corner of EO. So, yeah, could be Shaper ruins, at least some of them. It kind of plays into what Urias said with, you know, these ancient ruins being so... How do I put this? These ancient ruins being so powerful, with some magic inside of them, that they bring forth these undead. And that would make sense if it's Shaper ruins, you know? So... Alright, let's see. We clear this. The only reason why I'm clearing this right now is because I don't want to do it later, and we're already up here, so we might as well. But then we have to think about how we are going to defend these... well, caves. They're not hard to defend. You just kind of need to use the right units for it. So I feel like if we use one Dryad, and maybe one of our heroes, because we have 4, you know, that kind of fits, we should be able to do it. And then we can focus on attacking. Alright, let's go here. Oh, and we have generals for the first time. Skeleton generals. Always a pleasure to see them. I feel like they look... Nah, come on. Where am I? Okay. Yeah, they're gonna use a lot of mana for this, right? Obviously. See, this is what would kill you if you went through the portal. There's just so many of them that, you know... It's unlikely that you'll get through that alive. Quite impossible, some might say. Make a couple more of these, maybe make 2 more of these. But it just goes to show that even though these are a higher level than my rune army, we're still having 0 trouble breaking through this. So yeah. There was this conversation I think I talked about in the, what was it, the Northern Wind Walls episode? About which type of army would be needed to kind of like defeat your army, like full 80 of your own units. And yeah, of course, there were some things that you could, you know, say or use to do that. Some of them, or many of the things that people said though, were kind of like special units. So obviously if you had like 80 Arins or something, like they would probably be able to kill the army. Or 80 Blade Nightmares. But I was thinking more of like regular units, you know? Something that you can find en masse in the world around you, so... Okay, so, let's focus on this. You will go here with him. And we might as well give you one of these. So you 3 are defending here. Not even sure if the Winter Maid's necessary, but we'll put them there. So, that's number 1. Number 2 is going to be the same thing. So we need a Dryad. Oh, sorry, Druid. Was I calling them Dryads this whole time? We need a Druid. And might as well put you here. You're useless anyway, so, yeah. Find some use for you. There we go. Is it me, or is this... He's like he's edging forward ever so slightly every time I look at him. He really wants to die there, seems like. Well, hey, be my guest. Okay, these two should be locked off. You will be group number 2. And now the 2 southern ones. But it's the same thing, right? So you really don't need a lot to kind of prevent them from getting through. So, for the next one, which is down... Well, there's one down here, there's one down here, so... Druid and you. He's very strong, so I don't think in this situation, I don't think we're gonna need anything else. So he alone should be fine. As soon as he decides to show up, I mean, he's being kind of slow right now. Where are you? All the way at the... Oh, come on. All the way at the back. Really? It could be a bit quicker. Yeah, she's waiting down there for you. If she dies, I'm putting it on you. Anyhow, for the last one, we have him. I do want to give them a Winter Mage because he's an archer, so... 3 of you will go to this one. And defend here. It can of course still happen that some of them break through, if they aren't killed on time, but most of the time that will not be the case. Alright, let's push. Let us push through. Anything it says about this in the, well, occupy and hold the cave entrances and defeat the undead field. Oh my lord, you just melted. I'm sorry. I really, really am. This is the thing that makes this part of the map very difficult. It's very tight to like squeeze through. Extremely so, yeah. Good thing they don't respawn, but if they do, well then, because, you know, what, I can't speak. What makes this very difficult, if you don't block the passageways, is the fact that they will keep, like, pouring through, even as you fight this. And you can see it's kind of already tedious, with the passage being so narrow. If they keep, you see, one of them came through. So... you still need to defend, it's not just, you know... There we go. Still needs to be some kind of defense there. Otherwise, some of them might break through. Why are so many breaking through, though? Or rather, where are they breaking through? Maybe here? You go here, you can go here. Don't see... Oh, maybe those were like in a queue. Know what I'm saying? Like a queue for them to spawn once a certain amount of these ones has been killed. Could be. Because it seems to have stopped. But yeah, it can be quite annoying, and it can lose you a lot of men. Especially because... like, even if you break through, once you go back, you still need to clear them. At that point, they'll stop respawning. But, you know, it's annoying. Definitely. I don't really want to be first, because, you know, they'll probably just kill me, so... Wish I had a spell for something like black magic resistance. Then I could actually just walk in, tank the full, like, brunt of the force that they have for me, and, yeah, some of you might die, but that's a sacrifice I am willing to make. Imagine how many would perish here if I didn't have the healers. Insane numbers to think about. Only lost 2 this way, so... maybe 3, we'll see, once you break through this whole thing. But not that many. Do we have anything we need to do at the end of this episode? We do. We do, actually. We need to go to Greyfell, we need to give the letter to her. Wait, actually. Wait, no, it's the other way around. I'm an idiot. You are supposed to do it here first. Oh my god, she's gone. And then go to Greyfell to do it. Otherwise, the letter's gone. Okay. We'll do a quick save, just to be on the safe side, but yeah. Did I loot the chest over here? Yeah, I did, okay. Because it's, there's something in there that's important for the quest, so... having looted it is... good if we want the XP from, you know, doing the quest. And I think someone said with the next level up, we are, with level 16, we are going to get access to the next rune hero. Now, or the next rune hero slot, I guess you could say. Now, no matter how many times I play this game, I always keep forgetting at which points you unlock new, like, rune hero slots. Seems to be 16 for this one. I never really gave it too much thought, if I'm being honest with you. Never gave it too much thought, but yeah, makes sense. I always, for some reason, I always keep thinking it's 15, 15, 15. Okay, good to know it's 16. I'm sorry, Winter Mage, you're gone. You're out. Okay. Maybe we should try and, you know, send these over here too. We're gonna need a bit more help with the final part of this because, you know, while this is more difficult than what's about to come, it's nothing to scoff at what's around this corner, so... might as well come well prepared, instead of dying for no reason. Where are you? Okay, I thought they were running. Okay, no. Never mind. I thought they were running away. Alright, and in the wake of this old-looking graveyard here... yes. See, that's what I meant. There's quite a few here. So... I'm gonna deactivate the aura. No, deactivate it, please. I'm gonna deactivate it just because I want to use Berserk here. Just to kill as many of them as I can. And we have Malikor here. Malikor, Malikor, Malikor. You guys get here too. No. Just a bit more. Just a tad more. Let's go. Okay. Let me just check if everything's in order before we move on. Rings. Light combat arts, light armor. Might be good for him. Gives him more stamina, but less dexterity. Also a little bit more armor class, though. Honestly, for being a bit more tanky, why not? Why shouldn't he be? Okay, let's go. Just don't want to go first, but apart from that, we should be good. I can't even get to them. Okay, whatever. We just click here as soon as you can. Do it. There are a couple of strong ones here. The Blood Thief, the Brain Eater, right? The Bowmaster, all level 12. Ziha, obviously, level 17, but... not too difficult to get through, evidently. You know what? You guys might as well go down here and destroy this for me. Yeah, just do it. It's fine. Alright, let's see. Not me first, though. Please not me first. Just do, as soon as Zihar falls, all the undead on this whole map, well, not all of them, but the white ones, you know, that keep spawning there, will be gone, so please focus on him. See, the nice thing about him is that even if he's a way higher level than most other units here, you can still freeze him somewhat with these archers, which is what makes the Elven unit so powerful. Like, you can just single out enemies and focus on them like this, and there's nothing they can really do. There we go. So once those die, and level 16, perfect. Ah, yeah, there we go, level 16. Hope we do get another room warrior. We don't really have anything right now. Ah, speak of the devil, there we go. So, what else do we need? Malikor.
Wer seid ihr?
Ein Gesandter des Ordens. Urias sagte mir, dass ich euch hier finde. Lasst mich eure Ketten lösen.
Seid ihr aus der Grenzfeste ausgebrochen? Aonirs Licht. Dann gibt es noch Hoffnung.
Yeah, don't give me that gibberish, just give me the mask.
Ich benötige die Maske.
Verstehe. Ich ahnte bereits, dass ihr nicht nur meinetwegen gekommen seid.
Ich hoffe, ihr habt diesen Kreaturen nicht verraten, wo sie ist.
Oh doch. Doch, ich habe es verraten. Ich habe alles verraten. Alles, was ich wusste. Glaubt mir, kein Folterknecht kann sich ausmalen, was diese... Wie auch immer. Die Untoten wissen, wo sie ist. Deswegen haben sie die Grenzfeste ja angegriffen, weil sich mein Teil der Maske genau dort befindet. Sie ist in einer schweren Truhe. Ich habe sie mit einem Zauber verschlossen. Eine Vertraute von mir besitzt den einzigen Schlüssel.
Ist sie noch in der Feste?
Die Truhe mit Sicherheit. Was meine Vertraute angeht, ich weiß es nicht. Ich bete, dass sie noch lebt. Sucht eine fahrende Bardin. Ihr Name ist Terna Klingensang. Sie weiß, wie die Truhe zu öffnen ist. Ich werde noch etwas ausruhen und meine Wunden versorgen. Danach kehre ich in die Feste zurück. Wir sehen uns irgendwann. Viel Glück, Runenkrieger.
You know, I do wish he had a bit more of an important role to play later on, because he had a part of the Mask of Belial, you know? That's not a small thing. Definitely not, so... Kinda wish there was a bit more to it. But let's see.
Willkommen zurück.
Thank you.
Ich brauche Malikors Schlüssel.
Ist er noch am Leben?
Ja, und auf dem Weg hierher. Er entsendet Grüße und bittet euch, mir die Truhe zu öffnen.
Gut, hier habt ihr den Schlüssel. Kommt mit. Ich zeige euch, wo sie steht.
Ah, that won't be necessary. I mean, quite easy to spot. I do wish they had buried it somehow. Well, then you wouldn't need the key, though. But maybe buried the thing so you'd have to find it and unlock it. So, something along those lines. But yeah. In any case, it's here. Heavy chest. We will use the silver key and get the right half. Nothing to talk to you about. Okay, so now we're gonna quick save. Because there is a little side quest we can do. A little side quest we can do with Morton Thane here.
Grüße.
Okay, nothing with you.
Grüße, Freund.
Oh yeah, you're not in the way. Yeah, thank you for moving.
Ich habe diese Karte gefunden.
Woher stammt sie?
Aus einem Lager der Untoten im Norden. Seht ihr, hier und hier, die eingezeichneten Stollen.
Verflucht. Diese Karte zeigt die exakte Lage der Geheimgänge und wo sie betreten werden können. Aber wer hat sie gezeichnet? Diese Schrift. Ich kenne sie nicht.
Diese Schrift auf der Karte.
Ja?
Ich habe sie erkannt. Turgon gab mir einen Brief. Seht ihr hier die Anschrift?
Ihr habt recht. Das ist Turgons Schrift. Bei den Göttern. Nie hätte ich... Nun, wie dem auch sei, ich will wissen, warum er diesen grauenvollen Verrat begangen hat. Folgt mir. Wir werden ihn aufsuchen. Ihr müsst ihn mit diesem Beweismaterial konfrontieren.
Sure thing. You can let him live. But he endangered the lives of like everyone living here, so no, we'll confront him.
Ah, unsere Hoffnung ist zurück.
Oh, wait, sorry. I need to wait for him because, you know, he can't do it from here. He needs to stand here for the quest to trigger, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, Morton, what do? Talk to me. Talk to me. Can I do it? Traitors, confront Turgon. There we go.
Grüß.
Was geschieht wegen Turgon?
Ihr müsst ihn mit dem Brief und dem Plan konfrontieren. Stellt ihn zur Rede. Es liegt in eurer Hand. Ihr habt die Beweismittel.
Sure thing.
Ah,
Dieser Plan hier trägt eure Handschrift. Erklärt euch.
seid her. Den habe ich noch nie zuvor gesehen. Woher wollt ihr wissen, dass dies meine Handschrift ist?
Anhand der Anschrift des Briefes, den ihr mir gegeben habt. Diese Karte stammt von euch und ich fand sie in den Krallen eines untoten Heerführers.
Ich habe euch unterschätzt. Ihr seid ein Narr, aber ihr seid nicht blind. Habt ihr wirklich gedacht, ich will mit den anderen hier mein Blut im Staub verrinnen sehen? Glaubt ihr, ich will meine Seele an diese Kreaturen dort draußen verlieren?
Nein, ihr gebt ihnen eure Seele lieber freiwillig.
Nur die Seelen der anderen. Die Untoten holen sie sich so oder so. Wo ist der Unterschied? So bleibt wenigstens einer am Leben.
Ob ihr am Leben bleibt, darüber wird der Orden entscheiden.
Dazu müssen sie mich erst einmal kriegen, Runenknecht.
Yeah, what happens if I run here? Let's just run to Urias. Is it gonna help? Oh yeah, let's go, let's go. Damn, what you gonna do now, buddy? There we go. Nothing, that's what you're gonna do. Alright. Nice armor and the topaz. Can't use it yet, but we should be able to soon. Light armor 7. Well, we need 8, but next level. And you know what? I'm gonna save my points. I'm not gonna put one into black magic. I'm gonna save it so we can put both on 8 and use the even, well, agility, dexterity. It is very much so for light armor. Yeah, we'll use it, we'll use it.
Grüße.
Turgon ist tot.
Eine gerechte Strafe. Er hat mit dem Tod Handel getrieben. Nun ist er ihm selbst zum Opfer gefallen. Ich danke euch, auch wenn es ein trauriger Dienst war, den ihr vollbringen musstet.
No worries, buddy, no worries. Okay, so that's everything we need to do here. And we got the same armor we would have gotten anyway. Okay, whatever. Didn't have to buy it. We do still have to go to Greyfell. Yeah, but I think it's gonna be rather short. Anything else? No. Okay. So let's do it. We go to Greyfell, and that's where we're gonna end the episode for today. Ah, there we go. See? See, I told you. When you talk to the Sartorius sometimes, you get new dialogue options, which can be entirely missed if you don't go back and talk to him. So let's do it.
Willkommen zurück.
Hokran verlangt die Maske des Belial.
Nun, diese Maske war einer seiner kostbarsten Schätze. Er brachte sie einst mit aus Xu, aber niemand weiß, was sie bewirkt.
Können wir es wagen, ihm die Maske zu bringen?
Früher hätte ich eher mein Leben gegeben, als einem Nekromant des Zirkels auch nur einen Finger zu reichen. Doch die Bedrohung, die jenseits des Wildlandpasses lauert, lässt uns wohl keine andere Wahl. Sucht diese Maske und bringt sie ihm. Wollen wir hoffen, dass es das wert ist und wir nicht noch weit größeres Unheil heraufbeschwören.
See, sometimes you just get extra stuff, extra tidbits. Nothing too important, he just tells you that he brought it from Xu. Which also lets you know that Håkan is from Xu. But yeah, not too much info, but nice info nonetheless. I knew I wasn't crazy. And Sandor's still alive. Okay. Phew, thankfully. I'm gonna check some merchants while I'm here, but let's do this first.
Diesen Brief gab mir Turgon für euch.
Turgon. Diese Ausgeburt einer Elenden. Seit Monaten warte ich auf eine Nachricht. Der kann was erleben. Das... Oh. Ach, Turgon. Verzeih mir, wenn ich das gewusst hätte. Es tut mir so leid. Ihr seid lange gereist, um mir diesen Brief zu bringen. Hier, nehmt das für eure Mühen. Und jetzt, lasst mich bitte allein.
You know, perhaps there were a couple of something. I don't know. Could be. Do I want to check any merchants? There's nothing I really need or can buy in the first place. So let's just get this guy dressed over here and then we should be good to go. What do you even have? Mind magic. Fantastic. Oh, some resistance won't harm you, I guess. I suppose. We do need a proper robe for you. Ah, no, we do need to go to a merchant. It's not... Nah, we don't. Because by the time we get to summon this guy, we'll have... Like, I know we're gonna have nicer things to give him, so... He's gonna be naked for now. Eventually, he will get some nice clothes. Alright, Malicor is back here too. I kind of want to try and talk to him, so let's wait for a little bit. Take a look at the wood, the forest that appeared here. See, that's what I mean, it stays, so you can always just have it stay. But okay, that's pretty much been Greydusk Vale. Let's replace this one, just so we don't forget. That's been Greydusk Vale. Next episode, we are gonna be going to the Hollowing Mounds. A much more difficult map than this one, even though that one's also not too bad, but you know. Whisper can be a little bit challenging, but that's after that one, so.
Danke für eure...
Okay, nothing. Alright. So with that, let's go here, let's save, and yeah, I'm not entirely sure when I'm gonna record the next episode. I have a day off today, so it might be that I'm recording these back to back. If that's the case, in the next episode you will not hear me address any, you know, comments from the previous episode, because they'll be uploaded a couple of days apart, but, you know, recorded straight after one another. So sorry if I don't address a couple of things, but I will try to do that in the next recording session then. Anyhow, thanks for watching, appreciate it. As always, Discord, you know I'm watching, links below. I want you there, we're getting more active, I love it. Love talking to you guys. So, time to see you there. Let's save. And with that, I'll see you soon. Bye.